Hey, let's do a restorative movement practice that can use light dumbbells, but you're going to be moderating for like 30-second rounds. You can pause the video and then take as much time as you need to actually take your rest in between. So that's what's recommended. You're going to do your 30 seconds and then you might take up to 1.5 minutes, 3 times as long to have your rest. You can do that at any time, at any point for you, okay? So maybe you want to get through the whole exercise set and not pause the video throughout, and then you're going to take 3 times as long to rest and deep breathe and have a nice, beautiful, deep stretch and let that heart rate really come down before you go and do any other activity. And indeed, this may be it for your day. Absolutely, that I understand that can be the case. Let's go. First 30 seconds, we're just going to work glute bridges. So we're going to come, you may even be in your bed already. Wonderful, if that's you. Gracious acceptance to where we're at goes a million miles. Let's find ourselves with a glute bridge, our hands into the floor, and we pelvic curl and tuck up our tail, lifting up. So we're using those big butt muscles. Perfect. This is recommended by lots of physios for chronic fatigue and long COVID symptoms. Staying working nice big muscle groups. So we're getting functional action through those big muscle groups. The more we actually have developed muscles, the less energy they need to work, is the theory. So making sure we've still got functional big muscles like our butt muscles and our thigh muscles. Awesome. You might get through a couple more, depending how fast you're going. That is our 30 seconds done. Let's see if you want to work a bit harder. We're going to stay with a glute bridge and then go for either single heel lifts for 30 seconds or 4 single leg marches. Awesome, we've got 20 seconds left. You choose. Go as slow as you need, stabilizing through each leg. It's not about reps. Take the time you need. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's lower that down. You can hug the knees into the chest. Remember, you can pause the video in between any point in time. And that will increase the length of your stretch. Perfect. Let's come into a clam, pulling those knees open and closed. A little extra challenge, lift the heels up. Push the elbow into the floor of the bed. Beautiful. Halfway. If you want more challenge, straighten the leg out and then bend it back. Last 12 seconds. Awesome, in 5, 4, all done in 3, 2, and 1. Nice, press it down. Let's straighten out those legs slightly. Push these dumbbells out the way. Straighten them out slightly so the knees are now more in line with the hips. And we're going to lift up the hips and lower the hips. Ready? In 3, and 2, and 1. Lifting up the hips, lowering the hips. If you want to change up, straighten the top leg. If you want more, add in a dumbbell. We've still got 20 seconds. Remember, how many reps you do is up to you. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. That's a little bit of side plank. Super work. Taking your moment's rest, we'll be rolling over onto our backs. We're coming to toe taps in 3, 2, and 1. So shins to tabletop, we're just toe tapping. Bracing through the core, keeping the middle back pressed in to the floor. Last 10 seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put both feet down one at a time. And then relax. You can bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. And allow yourself to rest there. Beautiful. We can just roll ourselves over to the other side. We're going to repeat. So we'll start with those clams in 4, 3, 2, and we're stacking nice and tall, going for those clams. Awesome. And that advance was to extend the leg and then return halfway there. Last 15 seconds. Take your time. I'm really speeding through, so make sure you go as slow as you need. Last 3, the last 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take the pause and rest you need. You can leave your knees together and go for those hip lifts here, or extend the leg long. Ready in 3, 2, 1. We've got hip lifts and lowers. Working into those obliques underneath the side waist here. Lifting up, working through the side of the hip though as well. This one does take a little bit of muster, so take it slow as you need. Smaller lifts are totally fine. Last 15 seconds. If you want to add on, you've got a dumbbell press overhead. As light a dumbbell as you like. You got it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and your last 1, if you can. There you go. Now take your rest. Take your rest. You can lie yourself back down, bring yourself back to the floor, and just roll yourself back over. Finding the rest that you need. Remember, pause the video anytime. Beautiful, guys. Taking that rest time in between. And we'll finish with an upper body curl up. Keeping those abdominals a little bit healthy. We're just going to find that gentle curl up and lower back down. Can you curl up and hold? Bring one shin to tabletop, put that back down. So taking just a little bit more than we did on that last round through our abdominals. Exhale to scoop up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. If you want more, hold your scoop up. Come up to tabletop, down, down, lower. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down. Awesome. Nice deep breath. Let's allow those knees to drop from side to side this time. Allowing a deep breath into the belly, feeling that release off through our hips. Taking some deep breaths with the knees to one side, and then taking some deep breaths with the knees to the other side. Now, if you have pots and you want to stay on the floor, then you can come to maybe a low kneeling position if that suits you. If you're coming up to standing, we're going to go to squats. So the options here are just to be from low kneeling down to lift and lower your bottom if that's okay for you. If that's not okay for you today, totally fine. But we are going to work a little bit through those thighs. And we're going to come up to squats if you're feeling good. So we'll start here. This would be what you'll return to whenever we do squats in standing. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, so you're working a little bit through the thighs there, yeah? Now rest as much as you need here. Again, pause the video. I'm not leaving the big gaps between, so you can take your own time. Reset to your high kneel, and then we're going to lean back just in a nice straight line. Should be feeling this through the thighs. And if there's anyone who wants more, you can float your arms up with or without these dumbbells. Beautiful. I'm going to drop one down and work with the single one. Our butt muscles have to squeeze on, our tail is tucking under. In 3, hold it back in 2. If you can hold it back for just a moment, for 3, 2, 1, and come back down. Beautiful. So remember, I said if you're staying low, please stay low. We're gonna do some arms, but if you're coming up, now's your chance. We're about to finish just with some of those big muscle groups. So let's have both hands on both those dumbbells at the center. Let's go down nice and deep and stand back up. Again, if this isn't for you today, remember you've got your kneeling option. So you stay low kneeling and then come up to high kneel, back down to low kneel. And you'll squeeze on your butt muscles as you come up in either of these positions. Beautiful, guys. 15 seconds. If you want more, let's just add a frontal raise, kind of like you'd be doing a kettlebell swing. It also adds on some core. It will lift your heart rate a little bit. So be careful of that. Last 6, last 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to go back down to just a little bit of a squat pulse. So take your time here, take your full 1.5 minute rest if you want. I can feel my heart rate just rose on that one. So we're gonna go down. Let's hold the dumbbells here at our chest so it allows us to stay tall. Alternatively, you can put your dumbbells on your shoulders, or if you're not using dumbbells, just bring your hands to your heart center in your prayer position. We're gonna find a little squat pulse down. This time send those knees out, toes out. Awesome, now this is, I'm so sorry, just 30 seconds of those pulses to get those big thigh muscles working. So you've still got 7 more seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. That is all. Awesome, guys. Very short, bit of full body.